hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Many patients are often unsure where to go for treatment after a sports injury, car accident, or slip and fall. We here at the Boca Clinic are readily available 6 days a week to treat you by providing long-term relief through addressing the cause of the injury and not just treating the symptoms. Daily stress to the body causes the spine to misalign, resulting in poor posture and poor nerve flow. Dr. Klein provides a relaxing environment where the clinic focuses on strengthening and healing both muscle, soft tissue, and realigning the bones. We are located at 1601 Clintmore Road in Boca Raton. Call now, 561-988-1998.
Welcome to the 2-Minute Warning, a sports talk platform that will examine current issues in the world of sports, the athletes, and the communities they impact. With your host, former NFL star Benny Blades. Benny will be speaking with both current and former athletes, asking the questions about the lessons they've learned on their journey and how they impact the community. Call into the show now at 888-565-1470. Mr. Blades, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, and welcome to another edition of the 2-Minute Warning. I'm your host, Benny Blades. Now, before I get to my legendary Hall of Famer guest today, I want to just go through, we know it's football, NFL football is a rough sport, and we're going into week 4. I've never seen so many guys on injury reserve, guys like DeAndre Hopkins, sore hamstring. You got Chris Goodwin, hamstring, Scotty Miller growing. And that's just part of life in the NFL. And so, these guys, they can make mega millions now, but, they seem to can't play because of a few aches and bumps and boo-boos that come along the way. But yet, Ravens cornerback Marlon Humphrey signed a 5-year extension, $97.5 million. I tell you guys all the time, I think I wish I would have told my parents, just wait 20 years and they should have had me, because the money these guys making nowadays is just astronomical. But it's always great to have a guest like this on the show today. He needs no introductions. For all the Miami Dolphin fans that are around the country, all you have to do is say Dwight, and they already know who you're talking about. None other than Dwight Stephenson. Dwight, are you on the line?
I am. How you doing, Benny?
I'm doing wonderful. I just want to tell you and the folks at home, it is with humility and gratitude, I am glad that you're on the line. I tell people I couldn't have played back in your era, and what you guys have done for the game, I really, really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you saying that, and that's something that some guys don't realize, and these guys these days, they're making these great salaries, and that's terrific. Not envious or jealous of them. And the guys that came before me, they probably felt as though I was, in our era, boy, we're really making money there and that sort of thing. But I think it's just so important that we show the guys that came before us, show them respect and that sort of thing. That the game it's a great game, and a lot of people benefiting from it. But there's a lot of guys that played the game before I did, and so forth and so on, that didn't benefit us greatly financially and that sort of thing. And but we want them to know that we do appreciate what they've done and stuff. So,
thank you. I'm glad you said that, because throughout my question mentoring the young kids, I always try to let them know, we owe a debt of gratitude to the guys who played back in the early 50s, 60s, and 70s. Right. And, these guys kind of forget that those guys paid the way. I hate to see guys that are destitute, who've paved the way for these kids that's making multi-millions of dollars.
Yeah. And, that's something that, you do. The guys that came before me, Larry Littles and the guys, for the great Miami Dolphins, and then guys like Leroy Kelly and guys throughout the league that came in and, when they the things they had to go through and that sort of thing. Some of the things, it being a black athlete, you might have got discriminated against or whatever stuff. And some of the things that they had to put up with, and then not only that, just financially, they didn't benefit the way the guys are benefiting now, as well as when I played too, as well and stuff. They didn't benefit as greatly as we did and stuff. So, but I want them guys to know we appreciate them. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate. I like to call myself a in between, because I've had a son that played the game, and I tell him all the time, you're gonna have a lot more years in retirement than you are as a player in the game. So just always remember those guys that played before you.
You got it. You're right. It's good advice.
Yes. Now, but I want to, like I told you, only want to talk a little bit of football. I want to get to know about your foundation, the Dwight Stephenson Foundation. I had a chance years ago to play in a few of your golf tournaments, and it was a pleasure. So what are you doing with the foundation nowadays?
Well, like a lot of guys, we didn't do a lot in the last year, because of the the pandemic, and everything. So, but we're looking to, get back active, have the golf tournament and stuff, have the fundraiser to raise funds and stuff. And we try to, we've had throughout the years, we've done several things and funded several things. One of the things that we're most proud of being involved with, and that is buying computers for kids and stuff. And, especially the pandemic, when this happened and stuff like that, and, they were talking about staying at home. A lot of kids didn't have computers at home. I mean, they would have to go to the library or wait or, try to use any means they could to try to get access to a computer. But a lot of people don't think much of it. Some people walk around with a laptop, with a phone that's a computer, and all these things. They just think that everyone has it, but not a lot of people do not have computers and stuff. But one of the things that we did just as the pandemic started, we got involved with a church group there in Delray Beach, and we funded and funded them so that they could purchase some computers and stuff and put like a computer lab there in the church. And it's not just for the church, but it's for the community there too as well and stuff. So, and that was, Reverend Dr. Barr. It was his church at the St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church. And so we're excited about what happened there. But we've always been involved in the community. And just as your community and stuff, without the community and stuff, I mean, they are fans, and we appreciate them, and you got to take care of them, and you got to let them know you appreciate them. So we, just doing that, and then also in what we do in business, like I said, we're in the construction business, and we also try to do our part there by giving back and being involved in the community, helping out minority contractors, guys that along the way and stuff. The need a little guys, need a little help. As we did, we got help along the way and stuff from other people out here in the community. Other politicians and everybody gave us words of encouragement to try to help us to hang in there and stick with it. And so we're still trying to grow the business and still do some good things out here in the community. And our foundation is something that's very, very dear to us, and want to spend more time with that throughout as the years go on.
Okay, I see that through your foundation, you also you give back to the United Cerebral Palsy Association. Right. That's something that's dear to my heart, because a lot of people don't realize that they know about myself, they know about Brian, they know about my younger brother Al that passed away, but a lot of people didn't know we had an older brother who was stricken, you know what I mean? And we became caregivers to him. And so I am tell the people a little bit about what you're doing with the cerebral palsy.
Yeah, I'd say United Cerebral Palsy is a great organization. The way I got involved with them was back in like 1982, 83, when I was getting involved with Man of the Year program with the NFL and stuff. And I was already involved with them, and then they really came on and pushed me and supported me and got me, and I was able to win the Man of the Year award. And that was like almost 35 years ago. Just a great organization. I mean, United Cerebral Palsy, they sometimes they claim they take the kids or the patients that no one else wants and stuff, and they do it. It's not like like you see kids running around and they say you can buy them a baseball and buy them a ball or something like that, and boy, you see young healthy kids running around, but it's kids that are breathing through tracheal tubes that need 24-hour care. And it's really tough. It's really tough and stuff. And some of them, their families can't afford to give them that to be caretakers for them. And so United Cerebral Palsy, I mean, they come in, they step in, and they help out. It's just a great, great organization. Just great people and stuff. And I'm still very much, I'm still on the board of directors with them. I still, it's probably the charity that I'm the closest and most dearest to my heart and stuff. And when you go there and you see the patient, see the clients, and you look at the people and they're working there, and you see how they care for the kid, care for the people. Your heart goes out, and you just say, well, what can I do to help out? And so at times, we raised our money from our golf tournament. We giving it to them, as well as they also have a golf tournament, and I usually serve as a chairperson and stuff. So it's just a great, great organization, and one that's very, very dear to my heart.
Well, next time you have one of your golf tournaments again, that's gonna definitely benefit the Cerebral Palsy Association. Definitely give me a call, because, like I said, that's near and dear to my heart, because those kids are gonna try harder than you and I would ever have on a football field, and they're just trapped in their own minds. And I appreciate that. Now,
I didn't know you had a brother, and I admire you. I'm glad you're bringing it up, and your brother's blessed to have someone like you and your family that's been there for him and stuff. So,
because a lot of people, he's gone on now, because a lot of people don't realize that he lived to be 60 years old, and that for us, that was a blessing. That was a blessing, and I thank guys like yourself for getting involved with it, especially with charities like that. But I got one question to ask you now.
All right,
just football related. You played for two of the most legendary coaches in the college game, in Bear Bryant and Don Shula of the Miami Dolphins. And Dwight, I'm gonna tell you, you played back in a time where not only did you have to deal with racism, you had to deal with coaches that really didn't give you the accolades that you deserved. They made you earn it. What was some of the advice that you had to go through in dealing with those two legendary coaches?
I tell you, they were, like you said, legendary. I think that they were the best coaches on those levels at the time and stuff. They were one thing I found that they had in common, that was that they knew people. I mean, they could. I think Coach Shula, Coach Brian, they could go into business and run a manufacturing company, and they would go in there and manage that business, and because they understood people and not just manufacturing, not just football and stuff. And so when I got to the University of Alabama there and stuff, and I was fortunate. I want to say my mother, I had my mother and my father. They were there for me, my sisters and brothers. And then when I went to the University of Alabama, Coach Brown it was tough love. It really was. We worked there at the University of Alabama. I'm just going to tell you. And but I tell you what, it's one of those things that once you go through it, you're glad you went through it, but you wouldn't want to do it again. And but I had I played with a lot of great guys. We became like family. We're still very close today. And Coach Bryant, he like I said, he knew people and stuff, and he put us in situations where we get out there on the field, and he wanted to see if you're going, you work hard and so forth and so on. Would you quit on him? And he always had a saying that, well, if you're going to quit on him, he would want you to quit on him in practice, not get in the game and quit on him. So quitting was a big deal. You didn't ever want to be called a quitter, and that's one thing. I don't even use the word quitter. I know I'm throwing it around right now, but I don't even use the word quit. And but he knew people, and the same thing with Coach Shula. When I came down here with the Dolphins and stuff, Coach Shula, I mean, he knew people and stuff. He knew he'd find a way to motivate you and stuff. And back then, he motivated a lot of us, by maybe the threat of a job. He'll cut you tomorrow, or whatever stuff. But he was a very organized and a very good man. I enjoyed both of them, and I just thought that the experience like you mentioned, I was very, very fortunate there to play for two of the greatest coaches one on the college level and then the other one on the pro level and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for that. But right now, I'm gonna take a commercial break, and I'm gonna come back with our special guest, Mr. Randy of Suncoast Marketing. Right. He's one of your biggest fans, and he has a question to ask you. But I'm gonna take a commercial break.
Zodiac Vodka is an American-made, all-natural, gluten-free potato vodka. Only 2% of vodka is made from potatoes. We use regionally grown potatoes and water from the Snake River aquifer. We start with the best agriculture to make a superior product. It is rapidly growing as a bartender's choice drink. Go to ZodiacSpirits.com to find your cocktail. Remember, must be 21 years or older. Drink responsibly. ZodiacSpirits.com.
His abilities as a dry cleaner are so undeniable, Dry Clean Only tags have his phone number printed on the back. Stubborn stains sometimes call him late at night just to apologize. His pickup and delivery service is so fast, his vans have pit crews. He is the most interesting dry cleaner in the world.
You don't always dry clean, but when you do, use A&T Dry Cleaners. Stay dirty, my friends.
Suncoast Marketing. We deliver bright ideas in design, print, promotion, and distribution. Suncoast Marketing for over 40 years, serving South Florida, as well as the entire U.S., and even internationally, from right here in South Florida. Call us for all your printed documents, promotional products, trade shows, labeling, digital marketing, web design, SEO, and social media marketing. Visit us at suncoastmarketing.com or simply call 954-583-4351.
Welcome back to the studios of the 2-Minute Warning with your host, Benny Blades. Mr. Blades, are you ready?
Welcome back. I want to thank Zodiac Vodka, AT&T Cleaners, and my guest picker this week, Mr. Randy from Suncoast Marketing. Randy, are you and Dwight on?
Yeah,
I am here.
Dwight's
all right, Randy. I did tell Dwight I was going to allow you to ask him one question since you said he was the best player you've ever seen for the Miami Dolphins.
I do have a very serious question for you, Dwight. Obviously, a lot of people face these traumatic situations in their life. I still remember when you had your injury. Your world changed, and you've made a tremendous, successful second career. What was the driving factor? What was the passion that promoted you to be able to pull yourself out of that and make the accomplishments that you have today?
Well, I appreciate that, and and Randy, I'm glad to hear you're a fan of mine. I appreciate that, and I'm sure you're a football fan, so I appreciate that. But as far as life, one thing I kind of when I came in the league and stuff, and even college level and stuff, I said I was not going to ever leave and say, well, you know what, if I can only get one more year, if I could only, God just, I was going to think, if something ever happened, like all of a sudden my career would be over with, I wasn't going to sit around and cry and, and just year after year try to come back and it just wasn't going to work out. I was going to try to move on. And that's what I did. I said, and my father always told me, he said, you got to have a backup plan. You always got to have a plan. You got to have an A plan, a B plan, a C plan. Because if A don't work out, you still got to get it done and stuff. And so when football all of a sudden ended for me on that night, I did. I think I didn't know that at the time, but I was not going to just not prepare to move on and stuff in case I was not able to come back from the injury and stuff. I mean, I felt good about it. My knee came back, but I have what's commonly called I had some nerve damage in my leg, and so I have what's commonly called a foot drop. And you don't play football with that. It's just unless you recover from it. And mine never recovered. So I didn't. I just moved on, and I literally went out and started in the construction business and stuff. I've done things out in the construction. People say, "Oh, I never do that, never do." I didn't. I humbled myself, and I didn't go out and just use my money to try to go out and acquire and do this. I didn't. I worked my way up and stuff, and it's been fun. But I enjoy the people in the construction business. It's very similar to football and coaching and so forth. If I'm not in the construction playing professional football, this really is the business that I prefer to be in. And it's good people, and I enjoy the work and that sort of thing, and I enjoy being part of a team again, with the construction team. So that's kind of how I decided to move on and stuff. But God is good. I've been blessed.
Thank you. Yeah, great answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, so guys, here's what we do on the show every week, Dwight. We talk a little bit about today's game. Okay. Now we have Miami this week playing Seattle, and we kind of let our guests pick who's gonna win the game and give reasons why they think that the Seattle Seahawks is going to beat the Dolphins this weekend. See, I got mine in real quick.
I see that. But I'm hoping it goes the other way. I'm hoping that the Dolphins come up Fitzpatrick. I tell you, I kind of like the guy. He's a game quarterback. I like him. I like his attitude. I like it's a guy that when things don't go well out there on the field, he's not throwing his hands up in the air and, yelling at other people. He's still trying to get it done, and he has a positive attitude out there and stuff. So I think that's very, very important for him as well as the team. And I think we're capable of beating the Seahawks. And no question. I mean, Russell Wilson is playing tremendously. I mean, he's one heck of a quarterback and a person. But he's that night. I mean, this weekend, I'm hoping that that we come through with some big plays and and that sort of thing, and play up to our level. I mean, I like what Coach with Brian, what he's doing. I like what he's doing. I like the people, and I like the attitude of the team now and stuff. So it's not that winning. You win more than one other ways too. You're growing. He's trying to grow a football team, trying to grow a championship team, and I think that's it's kind of hard to do that overnight. And it's it's week after week. You got to be working at it. And I think he's got things going in the right direction. So just gotta think positive, and hopefully we do. The guys have a good weekend, and we can win this game this week. I hope.
Who you picking, Randy?
I almost never, ever go against my Dolphins, but I was afraid that if I denied the truth and chose the Dolphins, that it wouldn't go well for me on this first one. So as a result, I did what I really thought would happen, and that is I went with Seattle for the same reasons. I mean, they're just playing outstanding football right now. They've got a seasoned quarterback. Not that we do not. Fitzmagic, I'm incredibly impressed with, and I agree with you. He has fun no matter what. You can see the passion in his eyes. You can see that he's having fun. I think he's the perfect mentor for our up and coming And I would love to say that I thought that the Dolphins were going to go out there and win this weekend. And I know they can. We've seen it before. They've won when they shouldn't have, and they lost when they shouldn't have. But I really believe Seattle's a tough mountain to overcome.
And then that's the only reason, especially because the fact that I played for the Seahawks for that 1 year, and that's the only reason. Russell Wilson. Now, if it's nice and sunny on a 1:00 game, then look, I always tell people when you come down to South Florida at a 1:00 game, it might be tough for the Seahawks. So I'm just hoping Russell Wilson shows a little bit of magic, and Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't have one of those games where he gets electric and he throws 4 or 5 touchdowns. So I am going to go with the Seattle Seahawks, but a close game. I mean, only a close game. Now, there's one game that I really now you guys know the New England Patriots really well because you being a Dolphin player, you being a Dolphin lover. But they're playing the Kansas City Chiefs this week. Is Patrick Mahomes, I ask people that all the time, is he as good as an advertisement?
I answer that. I tell you what, he is an exceptional quarterback. He's an exceptional player. He does things that he doesn't, he kind of does what he does, and he doesn't get caught up and let people tell him necessarily. I don't know. I mean, he kind of marches to his own tune to me and stuff, and I enjoy watching him play and stuff. When he can be behind, and I still feel as though they got a chance, and to come back and win the thing and stuff. So, I mean, I like him as a quarterback, as a person too. He's a great guy.
Yes. Who you picking this week, Randy?
I had to go with the same. Kansas City looks to be right now, not that anybody can't be beat any given time, but for now they appear to me to be a step above everyone else. And I think Patrick Mahomes is all that he's. You and I talked about this Tuesday. I think he's all he's being paid to be. He has a touch on the ball that I haven't seen since a few years back with Brady. He has that timing down, and the pass he threw for the touchdown to kind of put away our team that we both thought might win that game last week. The way he put that pass in the end zone into that guy's hands were on tight coverage that no one could catch but the receiver, and it was right there. He just has that talent, and he has that desire to win, and you can see the passion in his eyes when he's playing.
And see, I always, because I'm a historian of the game of football, I always tell people Patrick Mahomes could have played back in the 70s because it reminds me of Broadway Joe. Okay? Broadway Joe didn't have a great cast around him, but he found a way to win. Okay? He could have played in the 80s and the 90s because it reminds me of Brett Favre. I mean, he's a gunslinger. He throws balls that most people would say, okay, I'm just going to take the sack or I'm just going to try to run out of bounds. This kid, he'll throw a no-look pass out of nowhere. And so he's just hard to go against. But guys, I'm sorry, it's the end of my show, but it's been a pleasure talking to you, Randy, and it's my esteemed honor to talk to you, Dwight Stevenson. Thank you guys for being on the show. I appreciate you, and see you around, Dwight. Whenever you need me, call me.
You got it, Benny, man. Thanks. And Randy, good meeting you there. Okay?
Good meeting you. Take care.
On TV, and you've heard your friends tell you about MyPillow. MyPillow is guaranteed the most comfortable pillow.
Listening to the 2-Minute Warning with Benny Blades. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Tune in again next week for our next episode. You can follow the 2-Minute Warning on Benny Blades' Facebook page and share it with your friends. Mr. Blades, get ready.
Anton Steinhardt, founder of Wines for Humanity, is proud to team with Black Shiraz partner and former NFL star Benny Blades to assist in his Benny Blades 36 Foundation in helping children with special needs. Go to winesforhumanity.com, look for the 20% off wine specials, make your selection, and use the code BB36F20. Please join the team through winesforhumanity.com or call Dana Lisa Torres at 561-445-7066. Thank you.